you doing, Adam?
Martin, I'm doing great. We got a fantastic turnout of race cars. Kevin Lovey's, he's been the dominant force all season long. He is on the pole with the fastest lap, but I'll tell you, there's a lot of drivers who could give him a run.
Can you tell us what's among the pack with him here on this race? Guys you know personally.
You know, that's the fun thing. There's so many people I don't know. Shiloh Boyce on the outside of the front row on that number 18. I don't know a lot about Shiloh, but he's been fun to race with. He's been a good hard racer. So he's in the 19 car. On the inside of row number 2 looks to be Jeffrey Barker in the 51. On the outside of the second row, Chris Steele in the 80 machine. He is a 360 sprint car racer, races regularly at the Ashwegan Speedway all summer long on Friday nights. And Mike Journeau in the 73 on the inside of the third row.
And 2 more car will complete the field, and I think we're going green here, my good friend. It's going to be exciting to see Kevin if he's going to pull right out like he did the prior weeks.
He's been so fast. And he laid down that lap in practice pretty early, so I wasn't sure what was going to happen in qualifying. The track lost a full second in qualifying over how quick it was at the beginning of practice. Right away, Lovey's to the lead, heads up to the cushion to run the outside, but Shiloh Boyce, he wasn't shy at all, dropped right down to the bottom of the racetrack to see what kind of time he could make down there.
Looks like he's thinking with the 18 real quick in the bottom. I'm quite surprised at that.
Well, the cushion has pushed itself all the way up to the guardrail on the outside, so Kevin Lovey's has to be real cautious. In fact, he's going to drop down to the bottom now and see if he can make any gains on the inside of the racetrack. Not sure how much he liked that. He's back up on the outside, almost kisses the wall into the turn and off the turn in that black dirt cone number 18.
Tight battle here right behind him.
Yeah, Shiloh Boyce keeping him within his sights, but Jeffrey Barker and Chris Steele hot on his heels. Great battle for second, third, and fourth between the 19 of Boyce, the 51 of Jeffrey Barker, and the 80 of Chris Steele. The way it's set up, the top 3 transfer into the main event tonight. Everybody else headed for the alphabet soup of B main. So they want to race hard, but you've got to be clean as well. You don't want to lose a handful of spots. If you have a problem here racing for second, third, and fourth, you can wind up back in 7th or 8th and in real trouble as they go 3 wide for the second spot.
Crazy battle here, like 3 wide all around.
Chris Steele working the middle of that 80, but the 19 of Shiloh Boyce steady on the outside.
Hey, Adam.
Jeffrey Barker on the inside.
A little bit further down the pack here, 73 car.
Adam, I have a question for you.
Big crash here in the front. What a save by the 71. And Kevin Lowe goes low. Leaders.
Wow, that was close. Little bit of contact maybe between second and third as they come to the line, and that will do it. Looks like Chris Steele is going to be headed to the B main after a torrid battle. Kevin Lovey's takes the win in the 18. Shiloh Boyce 19 is second. Jeffrey Barker in the 51 is the.
What an exciting race. Only 8 lap and so much action. Can't wait to see the second one here.
They're bowling in the 35. So Benjamin Gonzalez in the 214 lines up 5th. And as they round out the field, let's take a scroll.
What could we expect? A second heat, 8 more car, 8 more laps. The track's getting worked on a lot more harder. What do you think?
The only thing we can expect is that cushion is treacherous because it's right against the wall, Martin. Starting in 6th is Neil Allison. 7th is Alan Braden. 8th is going to be Dan Smolders in the 211. So that's how they line up. And I think the driver that can run the smoothest is the one that's going to be successful. And Martin, I've watched Ryan Beagle in the 84 a lot. He races Thunderstocks at Ashwegan. He is so good on a slick track because his focus is always to drive smooth. And on iRacing, I've raced with him on dirt ovals, asphalt ovals, road courses. It's always about smooth on the throttle. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Ryan Beagle can do in that 84.
One more lap and we'll sure soon find out. Will he stick on top or will he go low? Can't wait to see.
You know, it's a lot of fun. My 14-year-old son, Connor, does the driving in these races, even though it's under my name. And that's what I tell him in practice. You've really got to move around the racetrack. You've got to see what the car's going to do everywhere on the track, because you don't always get to run the groove that you're most comfortable in. And I think the driver that can adapt and find wherever there's grip on this racetrack is the one who's going to be successful, Martin.
Oh, yeah. And they're getting ready to go green here. Let's see what the 84 will do on the outside.
Green flag.
Good even start out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway into turn 1.
Oh!
That did not go well. I believe that was the pole sitter.
It was.
Josh Horn in that 21, that car just did not turn down into turn number 1. Big problems for him. We've got contact deeper in the field as well. That first heat ran so smoothly. Now we're seeing a little bit of bumping and grinding.
Is it because of the track condition?
Well, I've always said the track's the same for everybody. So track conditions are difficult. We've had drivers mention that already in the chats. But it's the same. It's consistent. It's smooth. It's slick. Brian Brees out in front in that number 7 machine. Don't know much about Brees, but as we mentioned, Ryan Beagle, someone I'm familiar with, and Jared Turnbull as well. Turnbull is a second-generation driver out of Southern Ontario. His father, Wayne Turnbull, a long-time TQ midget racer, and they're both pretty darn good in sprint cars on iRacing. So as the laps click away, Turnbull in that third and final transfer spot, a second and a half ahead of Benjamin Gonzalez in the 214. So he's in a good position, but things are crazy deeper in the field.
The 21 came back from the back to a 4th place. Pretty good for him.
Well, he showed a lot of speed throughout the day, so no big surprise, but it is tough to pass on this racetrack. Because when the cushion is good, the cushion is the place to be. But right now, the cushion's so treacherous, people are having to move around. And we've got a fantastic battle for second between Ryan Beagle in the 84, Jared Turnbull in the 48. And as they battle, they are closing in on the leader, Brian Brees.
From the outside, the 48 seems coming out so strong. Look at it catch up to the 7 now.
And they're closing in on Brian Brees. It's hard to say if he even knows that they're coming. Everyone runs a different setting in iRacing. Some people like to see what's coming up behind them. Some people run scoring, and that'll do it. Brees with the win. Beagle second. Oh, Jared Turnbull falls out of a transfer spot on the last lap. That's terrible luck for Jared Turnbull. Outside of row number 1, it's Jordan Silva in the 77. Starting third will be Jeff Flaro in the 00, and on the outside of row 2, Kenneth Mordecai in the 37. Third row on the inside, it's Austin Pascarella in the 45, and on the outside of row 3, 61 Super CD Cavill. Starting 7th, it's Alan Braden in the 711. In fact, I think I got that wrong. Braden was in the last race. It's Gregory Boydell in the 17, starting 7th. And rounding out the field, starting 8th, appears to be the number 47 of Connor Gross. Connor Gross is going to start 8th. Oh, and we've got more. Starting 9th. Shows you how I pay attention. Bobby Melville scheduled to start 9th in the 01. And rounding out the field, Jeffrey King in the 87. That's how they're scheduled to come to the green flag.
So, who do you expect to be in the top 4 in that A race? Do you know many of these drivers here personally?
No, here again, I really don't, but I do know that Tyler Fail was really fast in practice. I mean, there was only hundredths of a second separating the top 3 or 4 drivers, so I expect him to be quick. On the outside of the front row, Jordan Silva. No, I don't know a lot about him. Jeff Flaro in the 00 on the inside, part of the Ashweekan posse of drivers made up, and I'm going to get this wrong, but I believe it's Jeff Flero, Rick Scott, Roger Craig, and Greg Boydell.
And we're going green here right now. The pace truck going
flag.
in. So far, so good, Adam.
Yeah, good clean start on this one, down through 1 and 2. I think the drive, you learn a lot from watching the heats just before you. I think they've seen what the racetrack is doing, so they know what they can expect.
All right, look at the four coming from the outside here. Wow, great pass.
When you can get up on the outside and really keep that momentum, that's when you can be fast. Right now, okay, second spot is overtaken first. Jordan Silva in the 77 after starting first has taken over the lead. Unlike the other heat races we're seeing, this heat mostly stay in formation. Drivers have started on the front row, still running first and second. Jeff Flero rounding out the top three, so he's got that third and final transfer spot straight into the A main event. But up front, Tyler Fail has taken the lead back in that four machine with Jordan Silva back to second in the 77.
The 00 in the 45 here, and the 37 rounding out the top five. And sixth place is 17 car.
Oh, problems! That's the second place that Jordan Silva just went over the wall. That'll end Jordan's qualifying run, and that leaves Tyler Fail out in front by a wide margin.
I guess we missed that one here on the rough half.
I just caught an image of the car going up and over the wall. That was a wild one, but a 3-second lead for Tyler Fail over Jeff Flero, and a big break for Austin Paccarella, who runs in that third spot. He's over 4 seconds behind the leader, but in a position to transfer to tonight's A main.
What a lot of action on that heat race.
That'll do it for this one. Tyler Fail with the win. Jeff Flero going to the A main, and so is Austin Pascarella.
For heat race number 5. 6 cars. Going to be for another 8 laps. And then we're going to go into the D-main. I don't know if Adam Russ will join us because he's got an engine to change. So we're ready. So right now we have the number 2 car here, Mr. Sutton. Then the 27 on the outside. And we have the 311 on the second row and the 43 here on the outside of the second row. And last row but not least, another Canadian here, that's 60 car of Scots. Running up at the end of the pack, the 747. And we're going to go green here. Let's get ready. 6 car, 8 laps. Probably one of the last heat races of the evening. So, guys are anxious. A little bit of action. We saw so far that the outside group was where we so 2 wide. The number 2 car on the inside here. Wow. The 2 car wants to lead from the bottom. I don't know what he did to his car, but he's doing pretty good. And he picks it right behind him. From the top. It doesn't seem like the top work is good in the first 4 heat races. I don't know why, but does it change that quick? It's pretty amazing to see. Volusia does that. Second place, a 43 car. And the 311 in third spot, and the last race spot here. Remaining. Top 5. The 747. The 2 car is pulling away. Joey Sutton, followed by Nickel. Oh, he hit the wall a little bit. Sometimes guys do that and will put their toe back in where they want it. Screw the wrench, use the wall, and put the front toe in the right place. I saw a guy doing that every race day, and they won championship there. They're winning championship. Don't ask me, it's finished. So second place here. 311. But look at the 1 car. He's going into the 2 car. Oh, he loses it. Race is over, I think. Yeah, good job. All right, you guys, we're going for the C main. We had the D main here with a couple cars, and now the transfer. So the top 4 car in the C main, or I don't know how many it will. I think it's. But anyway, Continental will transfer to B main, and then the B main will transfer to A main. So right now in the front row, we do have their 36 car on the outside of 15, and another 26 car and 29 on the outside, and the 17, and the 711, the 61, and Connor Ross himself on the 44. So it's going to be going crazy. C main, 2, 4, 6, 8 cars. Having a little bit of bad luck in the previous 8 races. This is the place you get challenged to be a main contender. Let's see what's going to happen. And as mentioned earlier, Connor Ross, Adam just changed his engine. Now they're
green flag, green flag, green flag.
And we're going green here. 15 pace. From the outside to 36. 26 tight on the back end. They split the 36 right in the middle. 26 and 29 on the outside. Oh, and they bang. Super big. Got banged on. And he moved a little bit higher on the cushion on top. So the 26 car leading here. They're 32nd place. 15th, and they crashed in the back. He did. Big tumble. Still tumbling. The 711 called the 911. He's out. The 61 gone. 17. So the top 5 here. Connor Ross needs to get by the 36 to transfer into the B main, and he looks like he's going to be able to do it from the outside. And the 36 got a problem, more problem, and more problem. He's going backwards. Go to 44th, Connor Ross going to try to get it. He's really strong on the outside, so he's easily going to be able to get him on the outside. He touches him. Oh, Connor comes out. Keep it together. 29. But Connor for the last spots here. Connor comes out on the outside of 36, so Sable is stretching a little bit. Wow. He knows the groove back there. 29th. The 711 came back. He's swap a wing on it. So the 26 of Brett Wright, Neil Allison, and a 29 of Frederic Askin. In 4th place, Connor Ross, who's getting challenged, but he's a lap down. The 711 came back, lap down. Oh! whoa, no way. Jose Connor decided to go right low. Look at that. Second place here, right beyond a 26. Very slippery track. This is for the lead. 50 wants it. The 26 has it. Impressive. And Colin Ross trying to get to the top 3 on the outside. And riding with Colin Ross here. Top groove, and you see the 29 here. He's got a lap car at 61. He's a lap car, so Connor decided to go low against the wall and in between. Whoa, and Connor almost lost it. Connor almost lost everything, but it's still fourth. So he's going to be transferring into the B main. What a race, what a race. All right, you guys, we're back for the B main, and the top 9 will transfer for the A main. There's like 2, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 16 cars here. So 7 of them won't make it, and they will go home. And we're getting ready to go green here. The 80 on the outside of 214, the 37 in the inside second row, 14 on to the outside of third row, 60, 73, 211. Lots of cars.
Green flag.
And we're going green. 8 cars. Wow. Crazy. What's going on in the back? And let's watch here. 3 wide here coming out. 4 and they bang! We bang hard. Calder Ross on top. Calder decided to go. What an impressive drive. Got a lot of catching up to do if he wants to make it. And big pass in front of him. He's in the 1. Calder Ross's day is over. Oh! And who was that? The 26 is up above the wall. That's crazy. Guys are getting taken out left and right here. Impressive. The 15. 17 car on the track, and the 80 is still leading. Where's the leader? Chris Steele is leading by 214 of Benjamin J. Gonzalez. Third place of Lieutenant Ford Decay. Rick Scott. 11 of them over. Ross, 47 here. You can still hear some banging here. You guys are mad at each other. That's crazy. Bobby Benville, 0-1 in 9th spot. Bobby Benville leads the Kip and spot here if he wants to be able to transfer to A main. Landing really hard here with the 47 side by side. Oh, and he got a hit from the 47. Oh, what's going on, Houston? Houston? What is happening? Like I was talking with Adam Ruster, because all the heat races and all the events and you get a lot, you know, even if you don't make it, you get a lot of races. So 9 lap out of 14. 14 of the where are they? 14. Chris Steele. Barker's still the leader here. Nice counter. Some lap cars. Gonna stay low. Smart move. 71. Go to 80 cars in the lap. 71, maybe not. Oh yeah, he's pulling away. Crazy. Good job for 28. Well, the leader tomorrow. Second place, 214 of Benjamin Gonzalez. The 37, where's the 37? 14 of Pete Notto. 211 of Dan Smoller. There's 60 of Rick Scott. Transferring to 7 of Connor Ross. And 747, and it's, guys are really mad at each other. I don't know why. All right, you guys, we're ready to go here for 30 laps at Volusia, and we're with our co-host Adam the Voice Ross. What's up, Adam?
Oh man, this is going to be a great race. The field is rolling for 2 caution laps. Kevin Lovey's in the 18 will start first. Brian Brees in the 7 on the outside of row number 1. Tyler Fail in the 4 is going to start third. Starting fourth is Cody Hartlob in the 13. Fifth will be the 2 of Joey Sutton. 6th, the 19 of Shiloh Boyce. 7th is Ryan Beagle in the 84. And 8th will be the 00 of Jeff Flero. Starting 9th, the 88 of Shane Pierce. Starting 10th, the 311 of Troy Flero. Starting 11th, the 51 of Jeffrey Barker. 12th will be the 21 of Josh Horn. 13th, the 45 of Austin Pascarella. 14th is the 30 of Stephen Goldner. The 43 of Clinton Nichols on the inside of the next row, with Chris Steele, the winner of our B main, starting in 16th in the 80. 17th, the 37 of Kenneth Mordecai. 18th, the 214 of Benjamin Gonzalez. 19th, the 14 of Peter Nauta. 20th, the 211 of Dan Smolders. 21st is the 60 of Rick Scott. 22nd, the 47 of Connor Gross, and then rounding out the field. Behind Connor Gross will be the 15 of Neil Allison and the 747 of Roger Craig, who snuck in for the final transfer spot out of the B main. We are getting set to go green here at Volusia Speedway.
24 cars. Green, green, green.
Caution's out. What is this
Big
for?
pile up coming out of everybody. Oh, wow.
Yeah, the yellow comes out quickly. I believe that was Jeff Flero in the 00, but I could be wrong. Someone got turned sideways there. Not sure who it was. Yeah, looks like Jeff Flero in the 00, Shane Pierce in the 88 got knocked around there. Josh Horn was the big benefactor of that in the 21. He jumped from 12th up to 8th, looking for other big movers. Don't see a whole lot of them right now.
Have you seen who's in the lead right now, though? At second place.
Kevin Lovey's out in front. Brian Brees in second. Single file restarts are the order of the day for this series, and it's likely the way things are going to stay.
Why is that? What, would you explain to us and everybody who's watching why singles instead of double?
Traditionally, in sprint car racing, they restart single file. I believe the World of Outlaws have gone to double file, but you've got to remember, those are the best race car drivers in the world. Traditionally, with sprint car racing, most tracks use a restart cone, and the field has to stay single file. You cannot pass before you cross that cone at the restart, and it really is a safety thing, and it also gives a break to the driver who earned the opportunity to be out front.
Lap main event, 2 lap in the book.
Yeah, didn't get a whole lot of racing in there, so Kevin Lovey's out in front. Looks like up to second is the 13 of Cody Hartlob.
Are they teammates? They were the same paint scheme. I was curious about that.
Well, they are buddies, that's for sure. Kevin Lovey's and
Green
Cody Hartlove
flag.
are friends. Kevin Lovey's, of course, a longtime crew chief in sprint cars.
So far, so good. Everybody went through corner 2, going to the back stretch.
Big
Yeah, out in front is Kevin Lovey's, and we're back under yellow once again.
The 84 went for a spin, but he's back on his 4-wheel. And it's going, what happened to the 2-car, Adam?
Looks like he only lost a position. I don't know if he has damage or not.
I don't know if the 2-car is hurt or if he's lagging back, but oh no, never mind.
I had a question to ask you because I just saw for people that doesn't know. We saw going to the back strip that the 911 went and catch up on the inside to the pace truck and he stopped right behind him. Why? Because they're going into the pit. So you're allowed to catch up to the pace car in here in the sprint.
Well, really, Martin, in sprint car racing, these races are so short that if you have to go into the pits, your night is probably done.
10-4.
So trying to do some announcing and also
Admitting,
help the drivers admit this is not something I'm used to, Martin, but it is something that you are accustomed to.
yeah, on asphalt when Alex Lavicino's champion, going to more strong. You've been there since the beginning too, also getting practice there. So for me, dirt is new. I'm excited. A lot more action than on asphalt, that's for sure. Amazing battle tree-wise. I don't know how you guys do it, but it's crazy.
Yeah, the action is hot and heavy. It is intense, that's for sure.
Just can't imagine what it's going to be like in January when it starts for real.
Well, and what's going to happen when Rivalz racing leagues take off, Martin? What we're seeing here is a lot of different drivers in this one server. Some of them will belong in our elite level, and I think the top 3, that's what we're going to see. Kevin Lovey's all under attack right now by the 4 of Tyler Fail. Oh, and the 13 of Cody Hartlove, near disaster. Going into turn number 3, it's still Lovey's out in front. So we're going to separate the elite from the intermediate, from the up-and-comers as well, and we are back under yellow once again.
This is so crazy that many cars on the short track like this. It's like we'd be at Charlotte Motor Speedway with the 85 car on the track.
Well, in that's part of the conversation we're going to have. So we've chosen to start these leagues with dirt 360 sprint cars. As it advances, we're going to join your league, Martin, the Alex LeBay Season of Champion, which is Xfinity cars on oval tracks and road courses. And we're going to throw in some different short track racing as well. And it's all a lot of fun, right? You know, that's
the main goal, I think.
Well, that's just it. And it's all, racing is all pretty darn good, in my opinion. We want to feature as much of it as we can. We got some fun features that we're going to add to our broadcast coming up. There's a lot coming up. Clinton Jeffrey is going to be a big part of that, my longtime partner, and of course a partner in the Rivalz Racing Leagues. We've just created the Facebook page, so make sure you log on to that. Find us on Facebook. That's Rivalz with a Z.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to join that league. It's going to be fun to watch. You're going to be busy, and what more? You get real drivers. You got the real voice of NASCAR PTs at TSN yourself. You get some real track involved, and it's going to be amazing to watch something never been done on iRacing like that.
Well, we've got a lot of people with a lot of passion, right, Martin? I mean, you were a long-time race car driver. You're a long-time iRacer. Looking at the front of this field, I know Kevin Lovey's. He's been behind the wheel of a sprint car, but he makes his living behind a ranch on a sprint car. He's crew chief for Steve Poirier, a standout sprint car racer from Quebec. Cody Hartlove from Ohio. He's a sprint car shoe. a lot of these people, I'm not sure who they are and I'm not sure what their background is, but this is one thing where you can be sort of a armchair quarterback, so to speak. You don't have to be an armchair race car driver. You can actually get behind the wheel and race with some of the biggest names in the sport.
And we're back to green here. Oh, tight top three here. That's crazy. The 19, the 18, the top four.
And Kevin Lovey's really feeling things out. There's a bit of crap right down at the bottom in 3 and 4, and we're back under yellow once again. This is going to be frustrating for these drivers.
Right after that caution bell.
I know some guy will be mad. And if I understood right, like stuff like this will probably happen a lot less in the top series and 360s. Like there's going to be different split.
Yeah, there'll be different splits, and what we'll do is some of the intermediate classes, some of the rookie classes, we'll leave the track a little bit heavier, so we won't slicken it out quite as much as we do for this race, because the top-notch drivers, as the way it works, the slick racetrack really separates the good from the best.
No doubt. From the little kids to the big man.
Well, because it makes a car that's a little bit off on the setup. On a heavy racetrack, you can drive that car and you can still drive it pretty fast. On a slick track like this, not a chance in hell can you drive a car fast that's not handling quite right. You've really got to have it dialed in. So it spreads the field out a little bit. And when you do that, it causes people to try to overdrive the race car. And when you overdrive a race car, that's when you get these frequent yellows.
We're halfway there, I think, in the main.
Yeah, you know what, Martin? I've got a lot of information in front of me. Okay, 18 laps in. 18 laps in this 30-lap race. Kevin Lovey's is the leader in the 18. Cody Hartlob in the 13 is second. Tyler Fail in the 4 is third. Shiloh Boyce in the 19 is fourth, and rounding out the top 5, the 21 of Josh Horn. We are back under green here at Volusia. Big move for the lead by Cody Hartlob. Slides up in front of Lovey's, but just leaves enough room for Lovey's to fight back on the outside. Now it's Tyler Fail in that black and yellow number 4, working down the bottom of the racetrack. What a move. Tyler Fail and Cody Hartlob. Fail working the bottom groove. Lovey's committed to the top right now. He's staying up there by the outside wall. Tyler Fail has gotten out in front. The Lovey's will clear him. Coming off the corner. Here goes Hartlob to the inside.
This is great reaction. The number 4 car is really taking over. Can't wait to see if he's going to be strong enough to get me.
Caution.
Oh, and the yellow flag is out once again. Man, oh man, that was some great action. Tyler Fail so aggressive. A huge move by Cody Hartlob in the 214, having all sorts of troubles. That's Benjamin Gonzalez.
And the 7 car also got in there.
Yeah, Brian Breeze, he had been real fast, just missed the setup a little bit for this feature event, not having the run he would have liked. But what a race at the front between this top 3 of Kevin Lovey's, Tyler Fail, and Cody Hartlob. They are putting on a show.
Looks like they're racing like if it was for the win on the last lap. Every lap they're stepping on it. It's crazy.
That's the fun thing about sprint car racing. Every lap matters. You got to be up on the wheel for the whole thing. Kevin Lovey's, when you look at the record book for this race, it's going to show that Kevin Lovey's led every lap, but boy, oh boy, he has had to work for it.
Well, he won't. He's got competition tonight. Like, it's the first, we got like a few of them so far, and he was pulling away in the main event pretty much in the other practice that we had. But tonight, he's working hard for it.
Oh, he's working for sure. Cody Hartlub showed his hand there. He showed he would drive it deep down into 1 and 2 on a restart. He couldn't make it stick, though. But Tyler Fail, he did make it stick when he went to the bottom. So I'm excited to see what Fail's going to do on this restart.
And we're going to go on board with the 4 car. So we're in the front bumper cam. Let's see what's going to happen here. Going green with Tyler Field. Next lap around. Strong battle here. And we're going to go green. I guess we're getting ready to go green here, Adam.
Green flag going to come out of turn number 4. They will be on lap 27 of the scheduled 30 laps. Kevin Lovey, slow and steady. Let's see what Fail does on the restart. Cody Hartlub straight to the outside. Tyler Fail down low, trying to make some traction on the bottom of the track. Kevin Lovey's going to come down and run that line as well. And 3 and 4 down across the stripe. It'll be lap 28, 3 laps to go.
Oh, another caution.
And the yellow flag is going to end this one.
And this race is over. Wow, what a performance from the top 4, top 3 in this race. Where to next? What's the next track that we're going?
We're heading to Knoxville next, Martin. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. That's another racetrack that's wide, lots of room, and if you want to be fast up on the outside, you're going to have to sling it right around the outside wall.
Okay, well, it's going to be exciting. Good job for the 18, eh? It would have been interesting to see what the 4 car had for the 18 car if he had enough to go by him the last few laps here, so we would have stayed green. Your thoughts?
I would love to have seen how things would roll if it had stayed green, but I mean, we saw some fantastic racing. And if that's what's to come, if that's what's ahead for Rivalz Racing League, it is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a blast doing this, Martin.
Oh, yeah. Get my adrenaline pumping for 20 minutes, like big time. And they know it's over, so good job with the 18 car.
Well, and they're just playing now. They want to finish this off, so even though the pace truck is still out there, they're going at it. You know, Cody Hartlub's going to give it a try, and Tyler Fail out there as well. What a demonstration these guys put on.
So let's go to Knoxville.
On to Knoxville. We'll see you soon.